What's going on, y'all? Welcome back once again to the Pound for Pound Boxing channel. I'm your boy Mac, and today we will be discussing the anticipated matchup of Anthony Joshua as he will be taking on Dynamite Daniel Dubois next Saturday, September 21st, live at the Wembley Stadium in London, England. As usual, I'll be handing this over to my co-host. Now, let's talk boxing.
Welcome back to the Pound for Pound Boxing channel. My name's Eric.
This is Alex.
And today we will be getting into the heavyweight division. That's right, a stacked division. We will be talking about Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois going down in Wembley Stadium September 21st. Man, to get this started, the fact that we see Prime AJ back, it's almost like the guy got a second win. But he's not just going to face another Ngannou in there. He's going to go against one of the most grit heavyweights of today's era. A guy that a lot of people have doubt Daniel Dubois, but then again, he comes in and shuts them all up. So this is just an entertaining fight for me.
Yeah, man, I agree. To me, this is really Larry Holmes versus Ken Norton, like the older guy versus the young and up-and-comer. To me, Dubois is actually the future of this division, and it's going to be great to see two legendary boxers fight each other, and someone's going to get knocked out in this one.
They're two powerful big guys. There's no way that none of these two fighters don't touch the canvas. One of them is going down for sure, and I think we all know that. That's what makes this fight that exciting. And I know a lot of people are leaning towards AJ because we've seen AJ at the greatest level. We've seen him unify. He was the king of the heavyweight division at one point in time, but we can't count out Daniel Dubois again. He's faced top caliber opponents. You could even argue that he's had the better opponents in the last 5 fights.
Yeah, because with Dubois, everyone's been writing him off, underestimating him against Big Baby, against Filip Hrgović, and he surprised me. And he's so limited, but at the same time, that great chin of his really takes him far in this game.
And apart from that, we also saw him in the ring against Alexander Usyk, who is the undisputed king of the division.
Yeah.
Not no more, because we know that they will be fighting for one of Usyk's belts. But nonetheless, he did fight Usyk, and he did arguably beat him. A lot of people felt like it should have been considered a knockdown or a knockout, given that he did hit him on the waistline. Some people, including the ref, saw it as a low blow. It is what it is, but regardless, what I think, when you fight people like Filip Hrgović, Alexander Usyk, Big Baby Miller, who just came off a good win against Andy Ruiz, when you come up and you beat people like that, it really tells you and shows you that this guy's a real deal. It's not like he's just getting cherry-picked to fight Anthony Joshua. This guy's put in the work. He's gotten the experience. And yes, of course, he's taken some losses. He's been judged. But that didn't stop him, and that's what I love to see. It really, to me, it seems like this guy's a throwback fighter. He's a 90s style type of heavyweight fighter. He kind of reminds me of Evander Holyfield. Obviously a little bit slower, a little bit bulkier, but they both have that rhythm of we're going to come in, we're going to destroy, boom, boom, body, headshot, and we're going to keep going. The stamina's there.
Now, the question I have for you is that, do you really think AJ has a second win? Or do you think that it's really just the opposition that he's faced so far? Like Robert Helenius, Jermaine Franklin, all those guys. Was that really impressive?
The one fight that I could say that really impressed me was when he fought Otto Wallin. He was a tricky southpaw. He had a couple fights where he was winning. And not just that, but I think more than anything is just the poise we see in AJ. When he used to go in fights when he was younger, the AJ that everybody loved, he would go in there, use a jab, and just knock people out. Monstrous, right? After he got knocked out by Andy Ruiz, he was a little bit more cautious, of course. And we did see him take a couple tune-ups, to get that confidence up. But regardless, one thing that I always liked is that his IQ got better. You could tell he works a lot more on the fundamentals now. He likes to use his IQ in places where he doesn't feel comfortable. Instead of just going for that, instead of rushing for that combination, he'll take his time.
And that's my question to you, is that someone like Dubois, does he really have the IQ to match someone like AJ?
He has experience. He has the dog, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people, like I said, they doubt Dubois and they say that he's a quitter. But in all reality, how could you be a quitter when you've beaten some good guys in the division?
But let's be honest, he's not as gifted as his boxing IQ as AJ.
No, for sure. I think AJ is the favorite regardless.
Yeah, and I feel like Dubois just relies too much on his chin. And his stamina. That's one thing he has great, is that his stamina can last for rounds and rounds. But someone like AJ is just, he can. We know this, that he can get discouraged on if he can't knock that guy out, he just gets discouraged and falls apart.
Yeah, that is true. One thing I like for Dubois is the fact that he knows what it takes. He knows how it feels like to lose. So he's going to come in there even hungrier, especially since he's seen AJ have a weakness. He's seen AJ been hurt. He's seen AJ lose to Usyk and Andy Ruiz. So he has a game plan. You know what I mean? And, of course, there's always that infamous sparring match between AJ and Daniel Dubois where he arguably, knocked AJ out. Who knows if it's true? But, a lot of people have been talking about it, so you got to kind of go with the narrative. Regardless if he knocked him out or not, he gave him good work, and that's when he was like 17, if I'm not mistaken. So that just tells you something. I'm not saying that means obviously a sparring match isn't a fight, but regardless, it's a little bit of a blueprint.
Yeah, and I feel like, one thing that gives me less confidence in AJ is that the way that Filip Hrgović was hitting Dubois with that right hand after right hand, and he just couldn't get him out of there, And I feel like someone like AJ, if he doesn't have the power to get him out of there, I feel like it will go the same way as Filip Hrgović getting, TKO'd in the 9th round, 8th round.
And one thing we could say, we compare Hrgović and AJ, which was supposed to be a fight that was supposed to happen, but Hrgović is very loose with his shots, so
yeah,
you could arguably say he's quicker than AJ when it comes to throwing.
Yeah,
he's
that
fast.
I can agree with.
AJ's a little bit more, robotic in the sense where he's a little bit more stiff. But the thing with AJ is I like his counters. Every time he slips, the jab comes back with that big right hand, and he knows how to get people out of there. That's the one thing that AJ has is experience. So this is a fun fight. My opinion, I got to go with AJ. I got to ride that wave just because we've seen more from him. Enough for me to say, this guy has experience. This guy's been in the tough fights, and also does Daniel Dubois. Honestly, you could even argue it's a 50-50 fight. But I'm just going with AJ. I think he's going to start off boxing him well. I think he's going to kind of let Dubois give him his best. And once AJ figures him out and he feels comfortable in there, I think it's just a matter of time before he takes him out with the big uppercut. Because that's honestly one shot that we saw landing a lot against Filip Hrgović is that uppercut. Since he has that, that high guard, those uppercuts come in naturally.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I feel like we're going to be surprised on how Dubois takes those right hands. We saw that Ngannou couldn't, but someone like Dubois that's a real boxer, I feel like he will be able to take those hands, and I feel like I would have to edge Dubois TKO in the 9th or 10th round. But it will be a great fight. I want to ask you too, is that where do you see AJ's career going after this if he wins?
I mean, if he wins, he has the a belt, fight. And then he has the winner of Fury AJ or Fury Usyk. Sorry.
Or he could fight Fury before that rematch. I mean, it's possible.
It is possible, but I don't know how much Fury has left in the gas tank, and I think Fury, depending on if he wins to Alexander Usyk, I don't know where he goes from there. I think Usyk's closer to retirement than people may think. But I think AJ, of course, I think it's one way or the other. He's fighting Usyk or he's fighting Tyson Fury. I don't think he really cares to fight anyone else unless it's for a belt. And I think that's why he's fighting Daniel Dubois. On the other side, if Daniel Dubois wins, I will say this. If Daniel Dubois wins, that would be better for the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
He's a younger guy. You could tell this guy's not scared of anybody. So that means we'll get the good fights against Martin Bakole, against Zhilei Zhang, Deontay Wilder, Andrew Ruiz, Derek Chisora, all the guys you want to name, top contenders, old contenders, it doesn't matter. It seems like to me Daniel Dubois would fight him.
Now, I feel like, in my opinion, if Dubois were to win, I feel like Fury might just take that fight right before the December fight, or even, he'd rather just break contract and Turkey would be okay with him on fighting Dubois around that same time period and then push the Usyk fight more back. I could see that as a possibility. That would be a great fight too.
That would be a fun fight as well. I just think for me, this is going to be a great fight. I hope you guys tune in because we sure will. And let us know what you guys think down below. I got AJ. He's got Dubois. What do you guys have? Who do you guys have winning this fight? Thank you guys once again for tuning in. My name's Eric.
And I'm Alex.
And I'm your boy Mac. Thank you guys once again for tuning in to the Pound for Pound Boxing channel. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And we're out.